Madam Clerk, if you could play it.
Jessica and Serge. Hi, John.
Hi, I've got Serge in the room with me.
Hi, Serge.
Hi there.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Sorry, no, so I'm hoping that I can get a briefing on next steps with respect to chief, acting chief, and what those steps are in terms of bringing some stability to the organization.
So basically, I'm going to sign a contract with a new chief today, and I believe he will start on Monday. And
You're gonna be today?
pardon me?
You're bringing a new chief today?
Monday. He's going to start on Monday.
Who is this, and how did you find him or her?
So his name's Matt Trinigan, and he's former chief of Waterloo. You might actually know him, Jim. He was a deputy minister, maybe when you were in Ontario. But he is extremely well respected in the police world. And the Solicitor General's office helped us, gave us a short list. We called the people on the short list. And he's going to bring a team with him, basically of some former chiefs with a lot of depth of knowledge that are going to come in to assist him in getting this thing to an end. And it's a short term, the way the contract is going to work is it's going to be somewhere between a couple of months and the year end. I'm thinking probably the year end so the new board can choose the new chief, but it's basically a sort of a semi-permanent contract. It's for sort of 3 months to 10 months.
So this is obviously a surprise.
But that's why I thought you might want to know. Yeah.
Well, what happens to Steve?
Well, Steve will be the deputy chief. I mean, the way I see it is that this is probably going to save Steve's opportunity to become the next chief, because the poison environment that we have right now. Anybody we put in there is not going to last very long, and Steve's going to get blamed for this. So he will be deputy chief and continue that way, and then I think we'll have the opportunity to become the next chief.
Well, this is, I guess the problem I have with this is there's been no process. There's no transparency. There's no sending out a call for people to apply, and we're in the midst of a crisis, and he's been the acting chief for one day, and he's going to be replaced tomorrow.
I mean, I feel like he knows that, because I had a conversation with him yesterday, and I sort of intimated to him that we're looking to bring someone in with knowledge and experience and a team with them to bring this thing to an end. And I said to him, I recognize if we were to put you in there right now, you own this. I phoned him last week, by the way, Jim, and I asked him what he would do differently if he was the chief right now, and he said nothing, which didn't instill a lot of confidence, actually. But I think in the long term that he will have a lot better chance of being able to be the chief of police in Ottawa if he doesn't own this right now.
So are you bringing this to the board today?
The board's already approved it.
When did they have a meeting to approve this?
Yesterday.
If I'm reading your press release saying it's already at work to put in place a new command structure, we'll be appointing a new chief very soon. My understanding was that we were going to get through this with Steve. So it's a done deal, basically.
Well, I haven't signed the contract. I mean, if you want to tell me that you don't think you want me to sign that contract, I mean, I can go back to the board and tell them that you would rather not. But I actually believe this is the right thing to do, Jim.
Well, I like this has come as a big surprise. We're in the eve of some potential action. Obviously, something's going to happen. We think, I don't have any inside information, but one assumes in the next couple of days. I think this would be very destabilizing to the organization to have someone who knows nothing about Ottawa, who's, I don't know I don't recognize his name. Maybe he was a deputy when I was there, but it doesn't ring a bell.
He is very well liked. The Solicitor General told me that the Soldan's office, our advisor on our board, is a guy named Graham White. He told me that he called it an elegant solution. He thinks it's a very good solution on an interim basis for Ottawa.
Anyways, I don't support this. I think this is the wrong approach at the wrong time. We're going into the midst of what could be a very serious operational activity, and the sideshow becomes, oh, by the way, Steve, you're shunning you aside to a guy who doesn't know where Queen Street is.
I respectfully disagree. Like, I really believe that this is, one, in Steve's interest, and two, in the community interest, to get some people with a lot more depth in this kind of stuff than we have internally to Ottawa Police right now to get this done. And, Steve, there's a lot of internal angst. I don't know how familiar you are with it, Jim, but there's a lot of internal angst in that organization. I was just talking to someone right now that was telling me how they've been called off, and Steve's part of it. So there's internal angst in the top ranks right now. And they're infighting. You probably know a little bit about the infighting that's been going on in the top ranks. But I really think actually bringing someone that rises above that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, I guess the process has been obviously secretive. You've had no opportunity to consult the BIPOC community or other members.
No, it's only a short-term solution. It's not the next chief of Ottawa. It's an interim until we do a search for a chief. I mean, I can't put Steve Bell in there to be the new chief without a search either.
No,
this is protecting him.
Well, no, listen, he's entitled to apply like anyone else is who has the qualifications. I don't think there's a conflict because he's the acting chief that he can apply. But right now, it's basically a sole source contract that we are about to sign, which I fundamentally disagree with. Anyways, it's your call, but I won't support that, and I think it'll destabilize the organization.
Okay, well, that's why I raised it. I mean, I thought you should know you are the mayor. So if you're telling me not to do it, then I will not do it. I'll go and have another board meeting and tell them we're going to have to change again. And I'll say, I don't know what I'll say right now. Is there a vote of non-confidence in me or the board coming to council?
I haven't seen any motions. I think you're frozen, Diane. Hello?
Let me just text her.
Can you hear me?
I'll text her, see if she's disconnected.
I've just got a picture of Diane that's frozen.
Yeah, I think she might be frozen. I have it too.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
I'm just going to rejoin, Jessica. Tell him I'll rejoin.
Oh, you're good now, Diane. You're good now.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim, what do you know about what's coming that impacts me today or the conversation that's happening? I think I've worked really hard for the last 20 days. I think it would be a courtesy to at least let me know what's coming at me.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to some councillors today, as I try to before every meeting, and see what their plans are. And if I get any sense of what's going on, I'll try to give you a heads up.
Would you support a vote of non-confidence in me?
Haven't decided that yet.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate the heads up. As I said, I hope that there's that you don't rush into this, because I think it would be a mistake at this point. And I think it would undermine Steve Bell to have someone to come in literally 2 or 3 days after what could have been a police action to try to solve this nightmare we're all living through.
There are a lot of people in the upper ranks, just so you understand, that do not support Steve Bell right now, and it's part of what's happening inside. Do you know? Oh, never mind.
What's the changes? The changes to the command structure that you're making? Your press release talked about.
It's the advisory body that would come with this new chief that has OPP and everyone else with that kind of experience in terms of organization to get this done. It's actually a really good plan, Jim.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Thank you for the heads up, and we'll see you on Zoom later.
Yeah.
Take care.